All right, so next what you're going to want to do is clean off the oil pan and also the surfaces along the whole perimeter of the lower block, so that when you put the new gasket on, it has a good seal. Also, if you wanted to replace your water pump, now's the time to do it because it's so easily accessible, and your thermostat. But yeah, just clean everything real good. You can use some steel wool if you'd like. And then clean the oil pan as well. As you can see, this is already done. So just make sure you have no old gasket material. Here's your old oil pan with the gaskets. You're gonna have to remove this gasket and install the new one that you got here in the kit. And then what you're also gonna do is clean all of these surfaces here. You don't want to make sure everything is perfectly clean before you put the new gasket with pan back on. When you loosen this bolt and this bolt, it'll give you enough articulation so that you can drop the subframe down low enough. Once again, 3 18 mils on each side. Here's that coolant pipe, 1, 2, 3. This coolant pipe has to be loose. Disconnect your power steering lines so that they're also loose. And then you have clear access to the oil pan, which is the there can be a bunch of E-Torx, E12s, I believe. And that'll allow you to remove also the power steering pump. There's 1, 2, and then the third bolt is on the other side. And then that's gonna be right there, your steering rack, where it goes, where you're gonna disconnect it, and that's from there. And you don't have to disconnect the power steering lines. You can just let it kind of hang like that while you remove your pan. And then I'm going to show you in the back real quick. Over here, you're going to have 1, 2, 3 of the E12s that go from the back. So there's going to be 3 here. And then now you should have plenty of space. Disconnect this oil level sensor and disconnect your headlight, or yeah, I believe it's a headlight leveling sensor from right here. And then after that, you're pretty much good to go. You also have to disconnect these sway bar links from the sway bar on each side, and leave it here connected. You don't have to remove these. First thing you're going to want to do is support the top of the motor. And then once you do that, get a transmission jack just in case, because I don't like to let the subframe hang down just with the control arms. So what you're going to do is remove the subframe this way. You're going to loosen this bolt here, and you're going to loosen this bolt there. As you can see, the rear ones are going to be longer, and then these 3 here go on the actual transmission bell housing from the back. And these are all going to be the same, by the way. Also for the subframe, as you can tell, the middle one's going to be longer, and the front one's going to be the medium-sized one, and the one in the rear is the really short one. So what you do is take a box like this, and this way you can label every single bolt that you take out. I'm just going to quickly go through them with you now. You got, for the coolant pipe, 1, 2, 3. I think they're Torx T30s. Front support, 16 mil. Subframe bolts, 1, 2, 3. They're 18 mils. This is going to be your motor mounts here. I think they're Torx E20s. Here's a E12 Torx for the steering rack that you're going to have to disconnect. These are going to be all of your E12s for the oil pan.